Mercedes Mone will not return to WWE because of this. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is and why it's so important. Look, Mercedes Mone, she made a major statement in the world of pro wrestling via WWE under the Sasha Banks moniker. Now, in AEW, she's a huge star there.
How you plan on taking the women's division to another level?
I mean, I can talk about
dabbling
it, but
in
then a lot
other
of people
ventures
look forward to
of her
that.
life. And before we get anywhere closer, I have to address this. We have to make it known.
466 days.
I understand that some of you will say, oh, of course she'll return to WWE. WWE is the biggest promotion in the world.
See, you're a fan.
Well, yes,
So you
she
obviously
did
know what I'm
say in
gonna
her
say now.
Mone magazine a few weeks ago that she envisioned returning to WWE at WrestleMania 39 when she was attending the Super Bowl at SoFi Field. I get all that. But I got some talking points that I think I can convince you of why I believe she won't return to WWE, and I want to get into that in this video. Now, I also want to note that Mone, she did leave WWE on her own terms because she walked out due to a disagreement with Vince McMahon alongside Naomi in May of 2022. They were stripped of the women's tag team titles, and they later got their releases. Mone, she went to New Japan Pro Wrestling in January of 2023. There, she debuted at Wrestle Kingdom 17, and the following year, she signed with All Elite Wrestling. Naomi, she also got a release. She went to TNA and then returned to WWE. Keep in mind that she's previously discussed why she left the company and why it was something in which she felt so strongly about. And I will get into that in just a moment. But I think you also have to keep in mind that Mone is someone that, yes, is someone that was built up under Triple H, but she also found a ton of success under Vince McMahon. In AEW, the promotion has built their women's division largely around Mone. Reportedly, she's one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid women talents in all of pro wrestling. She's one of the highest paid AEW talents. She has held the TBS Championship from the get-go, essentially, when she first joined the promotion, something in which has been built around her. They brought in Camille, a former NWA Women's Champion, and used her as a bodyguard. Pretty impressive in that just alone. So let's get into this. She was on The Breakfast Club, and she was talking about whether or not she would return to WWE. She said, after the way that AEW has been treating me, I don't know. I don't think so in terms of a WWE return. I feel like I have the best relationship with AEW right now, and it's legit. I'm living my dreams, and it's the best place I've ever been mentally and physically. To be able to have new dreams after being in this industry for 14 years, it's the best feeling in the world, so AEW is my home right now. Now, I understand there's going to be an argument of, well, of course Mone would say that. She's under contract with AEW. She's not going to say, yeah, thanks for the money, Tony, but when my deal is up, I'm going back to WWE. Of course she's not going to do that, and that's not even the point of that, so let's just get past that. Break down some of this. She loves the fact of how AEW has been treating her. She feels like she has a legitimate relationship with AEW, something in which she did not in WWE. She's living her dreams out, and it's the best place that she's ever been mentally and physically. Now, keep in mind, she has worked under Vince McMahon. Horrific stuff. She walked out of the company before then. But even under Triple H, she's never felt this good. She also has something in which she did not have under Triple H or Vince McMahon in WWE. What is that? She has businesses outside of the pro wrestling industry. She's also a model. She's looking to do more acting. There are so many pieces of the pie that she has that makes up her business portfolio that is not pro wrestling. That changes a lot of things. That's the reason I don't think she's going to return to WWE. To add to that, I think you also have to look at the fact that she's a different breed. She is a megastar in that regard. And so when you think of megastars, go down the list of your Rocks and your Cenas. And we're even seeing this with MJF, who is continuously dabbling into acting. He's just going to be in Happy Gilmore, too. So now you have someone who has her interest split up among different things. You have someone who is a female who, historically speaking, females don't have as long of careers as men, right? They either want to start families, or we have this weird stigma that you can't push older females, which I don't think is the case, but in much regard, there's a lot more older male talent that are still active than there are females. And I think you also have to look at the fact that Mone is looking to build a legacy. She's looking to continuously build her brand. And when you're building a brand, you have to go where the money goes, where the exposure goes. And I think she loves pro wrestling, but she also has a lot of other interest. That's what she's talked about in regards to leaving WWE and pursuing other things in past interviews. You can't overlook that, regardless of this weird tribalism between AEW and WWE. Now, I did a previous video on this, and I'll quickly recap it, but also on this Breakfast Club interview, she talked about her decision to leave WWE, and she said this: "I left for many different reasons. A lot of personal stuff happened with myself and the chairman at the time. I didn't like the way he talked to me or down to me. I was like, you know what? It's time to legit listen to your soul and your heart. There was a light that came to me one day, and I just left WWE." When following up on McMahon allegedly talking down to her, she said, "Yeah, I'm a little crazy. The day he talked to me a little crazy, it was enough for my source of light to come into my body and go, if you stay, that's not okay." And be like, you know what? If you stay, that's not okay. This is for the rest of your life. What are you going to teach your kids? What are you going to teach just to people? If you're feeling like this from words after being here for 10 years, you got to stand up for yourself. And that's what I did. Just a light, the same light that came to me when I was 10 years old, being like, this is your sole purpose. This is what you're going to do. Another light came to me, being like, you got to walk away to do something better for yourself. End quote. So there you go there. The exit from WWE, not great, clearly. And you know what? If she wanted to return to WWE, guess what? She would have. Even before the discovery of the whole WrestleMania of, oh my God, I got to be here for WrestleMania 39, there was countless reports that in 2023, when she was sidelined with an injury, she was having talks between AEW and WWE, right? She had done this brilliant contract with New Japan where she was kind of splitting up her time. She would do a stint here, a run here with New Japan, and then renegotiate. Brilliant business, I would say, on her part. But even then, she could have returned to WWE. It's not like this hypothetical what if, only if this was possible type scenario with her in WWE. No, she's had multiple chances to go back to WWE. She's opted not to. All of which has come under Triple H's leadership. So that's why I don't think she's going to return to WWE.